Hey, what's up guys? Drew here over at RevHiker Outdoors, and I have a review for you today on a very cheap hammock that came from China, and it's got a bug net attached to it. Now, on their description this says like outdoor backpacking, this, that, other thing. You know, it's got like one of those typical descriptions. It's like 20 words long. I kind of thought, you know, I've turned down a lot of these types of things because I have offers to get stuff for the channel all the time. And I said, you know what, I want to see how really bad this thing is, essentially. And so I took it just to see if it would be any good. And I was actually pleasantly surprised. So stick around, I'm going to review this thing. All right, guys, so here's the hammock. Now I've got my suspension on it. I use the mule tape. And I want to make a serious note that you should not use the rope that is supplied with it, because there are people out there who think that those ropes will destroy the trees in an instant and you'll kill the entire forest by using ropes. I've been told so by plenty of people on hammockforums.com. So anyway, I've got mule tape suspension on here. It's barely long enough. Now that's the first thing I'll tell about this hammock. It was pretty short. The first time I got into it, it's actually slightly shorter than my Eno Sub 7. So some people right off the bat that's going to exclude because they just like the really big hammocks. But if you're shorter, maybe if you're a lady, anything like that, this is going to work for you. Now, I've slept in it and it's perfectly comfortable for me, but I don't mind the shorter hammocks. So anyway, here's how it works. This whole thing is zippered. This bug net is attached right to it, and it zippers most of the length down. You know, it's like any other hammock out there at this point. It all, you know, you got the pocket, everything stuff's in there. Came with 2 lengths of this thin rope. It's just a little braided nylon cord, but they're each a little over 20 feet, and there's a second one right here. Okay, that's where the other one was, but I don't know what they're for, honestly. I don't know why they gave them to you, but they work really well. I doubled it back and forth to suspend the net. I just used it as a ridgeline. You could probably use them as a ridgeline for a tarp and then hook this to it, but either way, I just leave it tied right on there, almost as like a ridgeline that this hangs to. Very similar setup as my other hammocks. So anyway, let me jump in this thing and tell you a little bit more about it. All right, guys, so this is the view from inside the hammock. You can see, like I said, it's pretty short. When you try to kind of stretch all the way out, it's not a very big hammock. Now I am holding this up just to keep it out of the way of the camera, but when you let it droop down, it's totally off of you. It was a little deceiving here. Hold on. It is totally off of you. Again, it's held up by basically the ridge line that it comes with. Now you could pitch this definitely quite a bit higher and it would be better, but if it's off my face and off my body, I really don't care. You can get a decent diagonal lay in it, and it seems like it's the same nylon that the Enos are made out of, but you know, for like less than half the cost. So if you're looking for a budget option, I think this thing would be pretty good. Like I'm very impressed. And again, if you're one of these guys that's like an Uber hammock master, please feel free to tell me how bad this is. But you know what? It's comfortable, it's cheap, and it works. So I don't see the problem with it. Replace the suspension, you know, with some mule tape or use some tree straps. But other than that, this thing rocks. It keeps the bugs out. And I'll tell you what, this is going to be my daughter's new hammock because she needs a bug net over her hammock, and I only have one bug net right now. So I'm giving this to my daughter when we go hiking together, and it's going to be awesome. And she'll probably keep this you know, into her 30s, because I don't see any problems with how it's made. It's cheap and it's, you know, came over on the slow boat from China, but most of the stuff you buy, like your Enos and all these other hammocks that, you know, charge you an arm and a leg, they're made in probably the same factory, and they're just marked up. So anyway, guys, as always, I'm not paid by anybody to do any of this. They send me a product and ask me to review it. So this is my honest review. And that's my phone ringing. So on that note, guys, thanks for watching. God bless. Don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe. I'll see you later.